50 live streams, 50 weeknight live streams. For me, that's a record. Stay with us. Hello and welcome again to the Video Call-In Show, that show that invites you to be a live video guest at any time to talk about anything you want to talk about. Topic of the day, current events, personal projects, or just chew the fat with old Jim here. That would be me. I'm your host, and I'm here to listen and to learn to and about you. If this sounds like the type of content that interests you, by all means, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and you won't miss another show. Interesting thing happened just now, just before I went on the air, and I know I'm a little late by seconds if nothing else. I literally fell out of my chair. I kid you not. In fact, I'm a little crooked. I literally went backwards. You know that feeling you get when you're almost falling? Well, I didn't even get to have that feeling because I went all the way down. I put my hand right in my plant's pot, and it was ugly. It was fugly. We'll just say that. Oh boy. Oh, who do we have here tonight? Redneck Channel. How you doing, my man? Flash in your pan, Ed. Always nice to have you. Snowy Rains, my friend from down under. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh man. What a night. What a night. What a night. I'm still not believing that happened. That was that was too much. Oh, but we're okay. I'm okay. I don't know if the plant's okay, but we are going to survive. At any rate, there's a caveat to this celebration, and uh, what most of you might not know is Jelly Duck. How you doing, man? He's our before work day friend. He's all the way out there in Kuwait, other side of the globe. So it's his workday starting. Ours is ending here on the Western Hemisphere. So yeah, uh, what you guys might not know is that this show is not the 50th. This show is the 51st. I literally set up the thumbnail, put my 50 on there, didn't even think about it. But I thought, 50 shows in probably 3 months. That's a pretty damn good milestone when you think about it, especially given that I have, I've got other things to do. When you look at my video totals, we're closer to I don't know, 80 now. My 50th and my 51st. The more I got to thinking about it, the more I thought, hey, let's celebrate the 51st. If you look in the description, it actually says, here's to 51 more. That was the Easter egg. Hopefully you guys got that. So, but yeah, to kick off my 51st show, Jim falls on his ass. Yay! Oh, what are you gonna do? Alexa, play some royalty-free music. We're gonna get her going again, if we can. I just love how she refers to royalty-free music library as a band. Oh, it's always this crap. Not crap. I mean, I love all kinds of music. But man, she always plays this really sleepy stuff. Oh, I am just out of sorts tonight. Just out of sorts. Whatever will I do? Didn't even get to finish setting up everything. I've just been in such a rush tonight. Jeez. Hate when that happens. I just hate when that happens. But it does happen. So we're gonna have to deal with it. See, this is how you deal with adversity. One of my monitors came in. That was pretty cool. Yeah, we're getting ready to hook those up. I don't have my stand yet though, and I hope it's not too tall. I don't want it in front of the camera, of course. Just got to calm down. Just got to calm down, get my shit in order here. What I was going to do, and I still have yet to do it. Hang on. Got to do a few. Got to do a few housekeeping items here. So when someone does call in, and of course, as a celebration, we're going to make this quite quick, and say the phone lines are, or the video lines are open. And then we get to the stinger. Headshot. Jeez, get it together. Get it together, Jim. Criminy. Okay, so you guys call it anytime you want. I'm just going to yammer on about how I wasn't prepared. So many things going on today, too. I am working a lot with my kitchen still. That seems to be a thing that never goes away. And why isn't that working? Trying to get my remote, my little remote PC. I think I told you that I have a Surface on my teleprompter. So when I bring guests in now, I can throw them up there, and instead of looking off into some stupid screen, I'm looking right at them. So, and for some reason, it's not working. Hey, Champworks Garage has joined us. It's been a while, my friend. Manic Magic. It's real easy. There, right here is the Zoom link. If you type that into your browser, it'll take you to Zoom. If you don't already have Zoom loaded, it will load it. It'll download, it'll load it, and it'll take you right into this meeting number, the 715-072-463 number. If you like, there's also a link in the description that will also allow you to go straight to Zoom and download it. And then, of course, you just make sure that you have your microphone chosen. You make sure that your camera's on and chosen. And I'll show you how to do that if and when you do come on. So, well, here, we're just going to do a little technical shit right here. Cannot detect machine. Well, it figures. It figures. Try it again. I got the Soiva running. I may have to look off into the netherworld here because it won't find my server. I should have jumped in here earlier. I was installing handles. And that, for those of you who have never done it, it's a pain in the ass if you don't have a template. Oh, criminy. It's always something, right, Ed? It's always something. You want this to go so smoothly, and it just won't do it every time. So, well, while we wait, tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to bring up my my videos. We're going to recap my videos. How interesting will that be? Until Manic Monday gets that loaded and ready to go. Here we go. Boom. Yeah. All right. So if we go to videos and we look at all of the videos thus far, what we see is quite a few. My first one down here on the lower right, it's all me. It was all about me. That's right. All I had to do was talk about it. It's all I had to talk about, to be honest with you. So that's exactly what I've done, is I talked all about me. Now the second one, oh, that was the one I told you about last night, I believe, where I got on and I actually watched my first video. You know, normally you wouldn't do that, but I watched my first video, and that's the second one right here. And I could not believe my mannerisms. I couldn't believe the ums and ahs and whatnot, and it was just, from my perspective, it was awful. Moving on, we've got the bucket list. That was one of my favorites, and It's only got like 9 views, which is pathetic. In fact, a lot of mine are pretty pathetic because I don't I don't do a whole lot of active marketing on this thing. I just get on, do it, have fun. You guys are my crowd, my buds, and love it when you're here. Let's see. Yeah, so the bucket list was great because I truly believe that everyone should be living their life toward as though it were a bucket list, and I've mentioned that several times. The fourth one was right after Thanksgiving, and I was drinking beer and a little overstuffed, kind of like the turkey that I had. Watch Daniel Bettle's video on what? Flash in your pan on the bucket list? That would be cool. That was my own take, mind you. That was completely my own take. And then I went through on video five. I went through video marketing, which I thought was apropos. Although, like I've always said, I'm a cobbler whose children have no shoes. Self promotion, right down the same line. I just really, I'm just not a self promoter. It's really one of those. I don't know if it's. Well, thanks. These are the old ones. Yeah, that's when I got rid of the slash only because it seemed like it was too much. And then of course be a guest. That's my first cut, and I really need to redo that. Why aren't you connecting? That's right. I'm just going to be looking into Nowheresville, I guess, thanks to less than reliable software. Imagine that. Imagine that. Less than reliable software. Anyone else run into that problem? All right. Then, of course, there's 5 things that piss me off. A lesson in anger management. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, if you look at that thumbnail real close, what you'll see is a ball of Christmas lights. Well, it was around Christmas. And I actually got that from a picture of Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation. Or maybe it was his boy, Rusty, one of the Rusties. I know, Flash in your pan, you're absolutely right. You do have to. No one else will do it for you. And I've never been that guy. I've never been the guy who is a shameless self promoter. In fact, even when I go on live streams and I'm just chatting around, joining in the conversation, I try not to. Although several people like Green Bay Wacky, he asks you to go ahead and promote yourself, and I will, when asked. Uh, oh, work with me, people. Now, work with me, people is a pretty interesting video because it actually was what this channel is all about. When you come on, you guys know, when you come on the show, I do a what I call a guest cut, and you'll see some of them above there, where I chop out all my bullshit and just get to the conversation, so that my guests can use that on their channel as content, or wherever they'd like to put it in a playlist, link to it. And then this now keep in mind that many of these were because I had no one else to talk to but myself. For instance, the unboxing. Well, we decided to get a Ring doorbell. Came in the mail. I didn't have anything to talk about. I thought, fuck it, I've always wanted to do an unboxing. Bam, instant content. Now, most of you are also familiar with the Friday free for alls. I'll hover my mouse over that so it dings up. I'm about right here. Now remember, I'm just going to go through these. I know it's going to be boring as hell, but until someone dials in, Manic. Looking at you, Manic. I'm just going to go through them. Let you guys give you an idea of what I was thinking on each one of these, and who knows, it may be a way that sparks some creative juices of yours when it comes time to think of something to write about or to shoot. Now the next one, someone flagged off my ad, is Craigslist, the Craigslist show. Now, if you've seen that video, you know that I was for a good long while, and I still jump in there every once in a while. I was a flag help advisor, which anybody can be a flag help advisor, um, on the flag help forum. And what I go through here is all those do's and don'ts that you should pay attention to when you're listing a Craigslist ad. There are so many of them, in the effort to keep from getting flagged off, which means that the more flags you get from your community members, and only local flags count, right? So the more flags you receive from your members, the closer you get to your ad being removed. And you need to fix what you're doing. That's why you go to the flag help forum. They'll tell you what you're probably doing wrong, because Craigslist won't tell you. If Craigslist told you exactly what you're doing wrong, then scammers would have a way around that. See, it worked, Snowy. It worked. Do it, hon. And you're gonna have to alert me to. I think I've got. Hey, Mitten Dad, how you doing, man? How are you doing? We are taking an arduous tour. For those of you who've just joined us, an arduous tour through the first 50 videos of the video call-in show. Now, they're not the total videos, because I'm. Oh man, I read Tuck an entirely different way, Flash. I'm guessing I wasn't too far off. But anyway, we're going through my first 50 videos until we get a call in, and Manic Magic is trying to call in. We really want to hear from Manic, because he's been able to he's been able to kill it as it relates to let's get off this real fast, as it relates to um, subscribers. I mean, he's like 500 in a few days, dude. Got to have you on the show so we can talk about that. But of course, until then, let's go back to this. Where was I? Oh, okay. This is pretty quick. We've got that Tuesday. That Tuesday was just kind of a free for all, and he's supposed to be coming on Mitten Dead. Be patient. I'm trying to be. He's probably downloading Zoom as we speak, because he did say he wanted to come on. I'm just waiting on him. So anyway, we had that Tuesday, which was kind of a free for all. Although I did say goodbye to George Herbert Walker Bush. He did pass away that day, or the day before. I can't remember. Now this one was really cool. Right after that one was the my first troll. That was awesome. You guys got to go back and watch that video, at least to the point where because I think it was on that Tuesday when the troll showed up. It was hilarious. I'm not even going to go into it. I want you to go see that video, because it was such a well, you'll see. Okay, now here's watch me work. That was done well, 2 months ago, and really that was kind of a blip, if memory serves. What I was going to do was I was going to work with Fusion 360, and I've got another Fusion 360 in here that that I should, oh, but I couldn't, for some reason I couldn't get it to sync up, so I just kind of blew that off, and I think that one ended up well, it was 50 minutes, but I thought it was a lot shorter than that one. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. At any rate, a great Saturday coffee with Jim. Guests are awesome. That is one of the. Now the great Saturday and coffee with Jim. Those were both off time videos. I did those on the weekend sometime. So, well, one was Saturday. Imagine that. Hell, you say, Jim. But the other one was Sunday, and the guests are awesome video right here. Oops, I'm on the wrong one. Right here. That's when I talk about my first video guest, which was the morning show prior, right? The one I was just testing on a Sunday morning to see if I could just ramble along, trying to find my audience. I hadn't done it on a regular basis in the evening yet. And then try it again, Manic. Really, all you gotta do is click that. Let me get out of here. Yeah, click that link in the description, or type this into your browser. You should have no problem. So, back to the carnage. Oops, Ooh, man, one of those nights, just one of those nights. I just knocked this into my mouse. Thank God I didn't close anything out. Okay, so Monday Madness here right in the middle of the screen. I'll put it all the way at the bottom. Yeah, the Monday Madness there, guests are awesome. That was when I talked about my first guest, which was that prior Sunday. We talked for like 3 hours. It was awesome. Guy was a really cool guy. He only came on as audio only, but what are you gonna do? Now, the next one in my constant pursuit of content to speak about. Yes, I already did open the video lines. I will open them again if you'd like me to. The video lines are open. Headshot. There you go. Yeah, we're trying to get Manic on. He's been trying to get on the last couple nights, and yeah. I know. I love that too. Now I'm working on my timing too, which is somewhat suspect. But anyway. Okay, so herding cats. That was my endless pursuit to come up with content, and it worked out that I was having band problems, and I just thought, well, let's just talk about that because surely a lot of people have the same thing. And then, of course, my gaming past part one, that I literally went through most of my gaming history, which stopped probably late 2000s. I just kind of, I don't want to say grew out of it. I just kind of stopped playing games. It just, maybe I didn't have enough time. I'm going to go with that because it used to be, I'd love it. And everything from playing games on the Atari 2600, which wouldn't be considered my first one. I still have an original Pong game in a box in that room right over there. Now you don't dare. Well, you can hook it up to today's television, but you didn't dare leave it hooked up to cathode ray tube televisions because they would literally burn lines and dots into the screen. But that was all the way up through. Wow, that background music suddenly got loud. But that was all the way up through computer games, which I used to love the person shooter games and a lot of the racing games. So I went through that whole history, and then of course I had my guest cuts. But skipping those, we go to Oh Balls, which was just a Christmas fun show. I just bullshitting around. Now here's the Fusion 360 and other things that really pissed me off. Watching me work, I think ended up I was talking about the live channel, but I also did it on this one as well because the live channel was ticking me off, and I really should bring that back up, shouldn't I? There we go. Yeah, it was there's Old Balls, and there's Fusion 360. Fusion 360 just that was a short show. I got really ticked off, cut it off after a few. That was about it for that one. part of my anger management series. I should really come up with an anger management series just for fun. Okay, and then we had another Friday free for all. We skip over that guest cut because guest cuts aren't part. I mean, they are part of the weeknight show, but they are cut from the weeknight shows. So I'm going past those. Et tu Patreon? That was my response to Patreon and how they've treated some of their clients. And when I say clients, I mean that in every sense of the word. They're literally clients. Although Patreon sees themselves as employers for some reason, which is delusional to say the least. Okay, then we move on to more games. More games is right in the center there. You'll see the clock flash. More games was just in a continuation. Took you through the Nintendo, the Wii, the Xbox series of games that gaming that I'd done, and a lot of PC game as well. And then up here we've got, I'll put it down at the bottom. Then we've got what is real news? Like my fake news newspaper on there. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of discussion, as there always is, but there seemed like to be a whole bunch of discussion about what is, why is all this news being uh, construed as fake news? Because it is, right? Now, this one is a quite interesting one. How do you treat others? You see it right in the lower right-hand corner of the screen there. Topic of the day. This is when I decided um, to use the golden rule as my tagline, and I don't do that because it's some sort of kitschy sort of thing. I do that because it is, in my opinion, the most profound, empathetical, moral statement and mantra to live one's life by, bar none, bar none. I mean, I once said on the show that empathy is the basis for our morals, not religion, not 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 our culture, not our. I mean, it's basic human empathy is the basis for our morals. I mean, when you have empathy and you understand how your actions affect someone else, and when you also understand that you would not want that same sort of treatment, then you are experiencing empathy, and you, as human nature dictates, we will tend to avoid that which one makes us unhappy, uncomfortable, hurt, sad. All of those sort of things. Well, if we can see that in others, then we tend to avoid doing that to others as well. Problem is, so many people are not taught the golden rule. They should be taught the golden rule, but they're not. So it's my way of getting that out and um, making sure that it's something that you should be thinking about every time you come in contact or have something happening. um, Anytime you interact with people, you should always be thinking of how what you are doing affects them, and just treat them like you'd want to be treated. Okay, enough of that. You guys know what the golden rule is. And of course, the next one job. You had one job, Gillette, and you fucked it up. I think that goes without saying. Not happy with not happy with that. I don't believe in toxic masculinity. It is what it is. We are like we are as a gender for a reason. Enough said. That now, because I was so angry during that show, my next show, Are You Happy, was a response to that, where some of you will remember I did nothing but happy thoughts. Nothing but happy thoughts. That was actually a fun show to do. I want to be honest with you. It takes a lot to be thinking about issues and not become in some way affected by them, both positively and negatively. And when I did that show, I found myself uh, becoming a bit negative about certain things, and I thought, nope, nope, stop the presses. Nothing but happy thoughts. And of course, from there we go into another Friday free for all, and we'll skip another guest cut. We'll go into the guest cuts later if no if Manic can't call in. Why? We'll go into them. But yeah, the next one was topical, totally topical. Is when the Covington boys got railed by the what are they called, the Black Israelites, and then the you know Chief I didn't do nothing jumped in their face and started beating drums, and of course the media went stupid on it. The who can you trust is literally an extension of the fake news because everybody jumped on it as though they knew what they were talking about. They did zero research, 10 minutes worth of research, and watching the rest of the video they would have known exactly, what they were reporting was wrong. So that pissed me off. Are you starting to see a theme here? I mean, I know I smile and laugh a lot, but a lot of this stuff makes me angry. And then, of course, we have another. Yes, tweet this out on Twitter, man. Absolutely. Thanks, Mitten Dad. Appreciate that. And don't be shy. Give it a like as well. Okay, so then we move on to that Tuesday, which was another just that was just another free for all talk show, and we had a good guest on, if I remember correctly. The next one was pretty cool. In again, my never-ending quest for content to create every single weeknight, I had been following the walk away movement for a long time. Now, full disclosure, it didn't apply to me. It doesn't apply to me at all. I've been a lifelong conservative. Um, Constitutional conservative. In some of my videos, you guys know what I'm talking about because I've gone into a bit of my politics without dragging too much into it because I don't really want to get political on the show. Sure, we can have political discussions, but I don't want it to be one of those, well, let's just rail on one side or the other. So we won't. But the walk away movement was really, really interesting. And the reason I thought it was interesting was because when you read or when you listen to some of those stories, and you find out one how how shaded these people were when they decided when something clicked, something went on that just didn't jive with them, and they started looking at it with new eyes. I mean, you can see it when they explain their experience. It's fantastic. If you guys even if you could be hard right or hard left or somewhere in between, go watch some of those walkaway videos. It's really eye opening. I mean, you never know how a group treats itself from the outside or the inside until you hear it from the horse's mouth. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so then we had our first down here on the lower right, my first, I would say, pre-scheduled interview, and it wasn't pre-rehearsed, it wasn't pre-scripted, nothing like that. Jim from Muscle Car Appraisal contacted me and said, "Hey, I'd like to be on the show." I said, "Cool." And I said, "Do you want to? Why don't we set this up? Talk about a few things here and there." And I told him how I thought the show would go, and he was like, "Oh, cool." And so we did. I brought him on. We talked, for how long? About an hour 16. It was all about Jim at that point. And in fact, I try to make it all about my guests because, and that's one of the most difficult things to do is to not talk about yourself. This show, for instance. But yeah, that was a great show. Jim and I are becoming friends. In fact, when he comes up this May to Indianapolis to one of the I think Meekum comes or Barrett Jack as Meekum. Plan to meet up there, and that'll be fun. So then we move on to Friday, another Friday free for all. It's my fifth, or I'm sorry, fourth here. Just another free for all. Just come on and talk about anything is what I do. And then I thought I'd talk about vaping. Now, you guys watch me vape all the time. And it's on such a tiny little screen over here, trying to fit me all in. But you guys watch me vape quite a bit. And in that episode, I decided to let me point out. Yeah, in that episode, I decided to go over the basics of vaping and my history of vaping, which I think is quite broad compared to most people that you'll find vaping. We also learned a lot on that show about some of the kids that are vaping now. Snowy Rain says, "You know what's weird? I have a legit former Prime Minister of Australia following me on Twitter, and I don't know why." That's awesome. That's awesome. On my personal Twitter page, I have like Chuck Woolery and uh, who else? Oh, you guys get a kick out of this. I'm bringing myself back full for this. A little secret, just here. come a little closer. Come a little closer. On my personal Twitter account, I'm kind of an asshole, but in a Twitter sort of way, which means that what I do is, and I know it may seem like it's going against the golden rule, but what I do is I try to educate those who don't have the same view as I do, and I don't, I'm just short, I'm terse, and I'm to the point. Some might perceive that as being an asshole, but it's really just being convicted or dedicated to my convictions. And and a lot of times I'll follow anybody, but I usually try to follow the biggest kooks that I can find, what I would consider kooks, and that gives me an opportunity to respond to them. And I'm not responding just to be snarky. What I do is I try to help them understand why what they're saying is wrong from my perspective. Of course, I mean we all have our own perspectives. And Dave, the producer, how you doing, man? Welcome back to the show, buddy. I plan on doing your guest cut tonight. So if you wanted to tie that up on your channel, that'd be great, man. I don't know, man. Manic Magic, are you still in the chat room? Let me know. I'd type it in, but I'm busy talking. Let me know how it's going, man. Otherwise, I'll open it up to anyone. Well, of course, it's open to anyone. It's a first come first serve. I thought I would give Manic the opportunity, and I still want you on, dude. I still want you on. So where was I? Oh, Twitter. Let's see. Where was that? Were we still on vaping? Yeah, I see. Changing your clothes. Oh, too funny, Dad. Too funny. Now I've seen some of his videos. My guess he's in the UK somewhere. Maybe might be Australia. I can't remember the exact accent now, but oh, he's getting there. All right, cool. Keep trying, man. You better hurry because I'm running out of shit to say. Where are we at now? I don't even know what number video we're on, to be honest with you. Um, oh, and I really wanted to close out that Twitter that Twitter thing. Ah, well, let's just move on. All right. So then again, this was actually this search topic. Let me get back to it. Search topic roulette down in the lower left hand corner, right next to me. As a matter of fact, it's right there. It's me right next to me. Was actually inspired by Champworks Garage. He was talking about the top 10, or no, the top searches on YouTube, and it didn't stop there, as you'll see soon. But I thought, wow, to find topics for topic of the day, that would be a great way to do it. And plus, in my SEO head, I'm thinking, okay, if I put some of those together, why, bam, we'll get it going on the search engines. And that brings us to ASMR, my foray into ASMR. And I got to tell you, I don't know. What do you think, guys? Did I nail it? I thought it was one of the best. We can do it some more. Now, don't worry, Ed. Don't worry, Ed. I won't stay with this. Actually, I think my specialty was Coke cans. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it was this. Oh, you couple that with that music, and you really got something. I tell you, I'm a master of all things ASMR. And then, of course, the next one, State of the Union, Orange Man Bad. That was, of course, it was actually during the State of the Union. I had no idea that one was going to go so long. Yeah, Snowy, you and I had a great vape. Well, I wouldn't call it a great vape conversation, given what I think it was your uncle went through. But it's good to know he's okay. It really saddens me to know that you guys can't even get it over there. That just blows me the hell away. Do you? I don't want to get off on that tangent because it's a freedom discussion, and as a freedom lover as I am, that really bothers me, hon. That really, really bothers me. Okay, so then, what are you searching for? I actually went through those search results and talked about what people are actually searching for on YouTube. I thought that was very interesting. And then scat chat. If you don't know what scat is, look it up. It's another word for poop. Didn't have a subject, so it was chit chat. All right, see you soon. And we just had a good time with it. Actually, we had a pretty good guest for that. Pulled me out of the fire. Now, Friday free for all. Fridays are the time I usually like to sit back, have a few beers, jump on, and just yammer. Kind of like now, right? And then we move up. We're getting close to real time here. We've got my diversity. That was all about how it's it's become it's become more important to so many to diversify based on traits that individuals have zero control over rather than the content of the character. And I think it's a very dangerous road. If you want to find out any more about that, watch that video. Okay, enough of that. And then we got forking diets. Yep, I'm getting too heavy. I'd like to lose about 30 pounds again. Yeah, it's just, and I'm going to soon. I literally plan on it soon. I really have to wait till my kitchen gets done because when you go on a diet like I do, and I go over several diets in that video, but when you do diets like I do, you've got to cook your special food. Right now I'm without a stove in there, without a stove and without a oven. I got a toaster oven, but the wife and I have been living out of the living room for the last 2 months. It's been brutal. Oh, now these two here, they were they no, they were weekend shows. Then we come up to the equipment tour, which I'm going to have to continue to do because my equipment changes all the time. It really does. I go from I start out with a small Behringer mixer. I've gone with my XR18. I'm now controlling it with another laptop. I use my production laptop, but I've made significant changes in my teleprompter area here. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to. That's gonna have to be an ongoing thing, which is fine because you can always use the content. Then the next one here, merch. That's when I finally decided to design some clothing, coffee cups, and now pillows. If you haven't been to the merch store, there is a link, or should be a link, in the description. So by all means, go down there, check it out. Made a first sale last night, thanks to Soy Swift. He's my man. I have teleprompter. I can't remember the brand name on this thing. Just a second, I'll find out the brand name on it. It's a Guide Gear, I think. Yeah, Glide Gear, right there. Here, let me go full screen with me, shall I? It's a Guide Gear, and I got it at a hell of a bargain. A hell of a bargain. I'm just gonna leave that there. It's heavy. It's all cast aluminum. Even the nuts are aluminum. Really, really nice. Glide gear, not guide gear. I wonder if what about oh man, well, Gary something used to have a oh, what is that guy? Is it gear? Is it guide gear? Gear? Ah, shit. I've only been ordering his stuff for the last 25, 30 years. But anyway, I bet that's what you're talking about. How do I like the teleprompter? It's the best thing since sliced bread. Now granted, it's probably because I got it for a third of what it retails for. Brand new in the case. It's got a really nice padded soft case. It's got the beam splitter glass in it. It's adjustable for anything from a phone to, I would say, probably a 14-inch display. Not giant, but big. And I use it for, I've got a Surface on there now, and it's awesome. When I can get it to connect remotely as a monitor. Worked last night and the night before perfectly. Tonight, it just didn't want to seem to work. Of course, normally I take a bit more time setting up. But I love that. I love that teleprompter. The camera actually hooks on the back of it. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can call that up. I'll just put it on the screen. Let's see, Clyde gear prompter. Yeah, I'll try to find that model, and you'll know exactly how it's set up. Yeah, it's got a little platform on the back side that allows you to, yeah, very similar to this one. If you can see that. Of course, I've got mine turned around, and it's got a PTZ camera on it, but that is very similar to what we're talking about. And it is just fantastic. I love that thing. Uh-oh, David producer man, buying equipment. I know how that is, my friend. Oh God, do I know how that is? In fact, I really want a 4K camera as my static. And I'm not going to go with DLSR because if I ever start doing live remote stuff again, I don't want to be limited to like 25 minutes record time. For my static shot, it's got to record the entire thing on an SD drive in case something crashes here. So I was looking at the Sony, what is it, ASR 100, which has been out for a few years, but it's much more configurable than the 33 or the 53. Let me know what you think about those. All right, so let's get back to it, shall we? We're almost done. It's already 10:48. I've been talking for 48 friggin' minutes. Okay, so we went through merch, and now it's just me and you, which was my laid back, groovy kind of show. Oh, that was actually kind of a fun one. And the only thing I did differently was I had one light off. Yep. I turned off one light, and boom, we had a sexy kind of Wednesday that night. And you guys are obviously aware of these. And we got moving sucks. This was the one I just did Monday, and I'm here to tell you, moving sucks, except for the good parts about it. The good parts being, I'll let you watch that video. Some of you who are watching this after the live stream, go watch that video. Then, of course, things we say that suck. Those mannerisms of speech that we and colloquialisms that we use that drive everyone crazy, and only the most non-self-aware among us are unable to change that. And then, oh hey, it's like it's like we've hit a vortex. Did you see the last one? It was live now. Boom, boom. Was it right? Nope, it's right up there. Nope, right up there. Live now. It's like we've come full circle. And here we are. Now, how uncomfortable is that going to be for folks to watch this after it's been live? Well, hopefully not too much. At least you'll know that you're watching the 51st Weeknight live stream. The 51st Weeknight live stream. All done within about 3 months. It would have been more, as you know, but life does get in the way. And total videos, I don't even know. Does it tell you how many total videos you have on that single page? No, it doesn't. I have to go into my have to go into the Creator Studio or whatnot. but I'm working on about 80. So we'll have 100 video. I'm just going to do 100 total video celebration as well coming up soon. Mitten Dad, if you want to come on in. Oh, wait, there's Mitten Dad, right on cue. Right on cue. All right, gotta hide myself. I'm looking at your ceiling or some reasonable facsimile of such. And I do not see your microphone. Check in the lower left-hand position of Zoom, and you'll see a little microphone. Click on that up arrow and make sure that you've got your current microphone set. And of course, oh, I never use caps. Now I'm not seeing you at all, Mitten Dad. Now I'm not seeing you at all, my friend. Nothing but a blank screen. We'll wait for you. What? What? No, you're not in. Try rejoining the meeting, Manic Magic. Let me see if I can get this thing going. I so love it when I'm able to look at this instead of that. Boom. Okay. Try again, damn it. All right. We'll just let it sit and spin for a while. Hopefully it'll connect. If not, I can just look off to the side. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not seeing you. I'm not seeing you, Manic. It really said that you were connected? Because you're not there. Let me make sure that the video 715 072 463. Yeah, go to that address again. In fact, type it into your browser or use the link in the description, and just see if it asks you to come up. It'll ask you to put in your name. You can go ahead and put Manic Magic in there if you'd like, and then we'll see what happens. Sound good? Give that a shot. All right, so we've gone down 50 weeknight live stream shows. I see that as an accomplishment, and the reason I chose to do it on 51 was you never want to end on the one that you're celebrating. So we are not going to end this show. We're going to keep this as just the tip. We're going to keep on going. We're going to just ride this train, have fun with it. I enjoy being here with you at night. I enjoy watching the chat and seeing all you folks that have stayed with me these few months. We're just going to keep going. Oh, computer goofed up. That's okay. He wasn't on, but he is going to try to jump on, Mitten Dad. We're gonna give him another few minutes. Yeah, just Manic, click that link in the description box again. It should be the right one because I just did a copy paste. The Zoom link, the first one with the 715-072-463 number. That way you'll be automatically hooked up to the meeting, which is what this is essentially. It's a meeting. Meeting. It's a meeting. There we go. Cool. All right. Oh, I have effectively run out of things. What do you guys have any questions for me? Given that do you want to ask about any of the shows that I've produced thus far? Anything about where it might be going from here, by all means, chat them up. While we're waiting for Manic, I'll try to answer him to the best of my ability. Ooh, I told you, you can burp on camera when it's your show. Actually, you can come on here and burp if you like. Fortunately, microphones are only one way. What's the secret to YouTube and getting noticed? Oh, you're asking me? Oh, here's what they tell me, and that is consistency, consistency, consistency. Good content. SEO, of course. You've got to pay attention to good thumbnails. You've got to pay attention to good titles. You've got to pay attention to good descriptions, so you get picked up by the. I'll drop an F-bomb. Fuck yeah. Um, and if you do all those things right, and you've got a niche that you make exciting on your own, then you'll get noticed. And really, it depends on how much you really want to get noticed. I really want to, but I it's not so much as that I need to, because I don't do this for a living. I just know that it'll happen. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I will, David. I'll send you a DM on Twitter for sure. I know you dropped it in the last chat. I'll look that up. In fact, I'm gonna make a note of that right now. Boom, boom, boom. Good. DM Dave. You go by Dave or David? I know your name says David, but I do a lot of things as James, and I go by Jim. There are so many of us in my family: James, Jims, Jimmy, JC, which is also a James. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, okay. Behind the rant. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Cool. Save me having to go through my own video. The rant. Okay. Yeah, and I meant to follow you as well, man. I'll probably be following you as the video call-in show, not my personal Twitter. Yeah, so that little secret, that's why I don't bring that personal one into this, because I've got in some, political discussions, we'll call them. It's 11 o'clock. I've literally been talking for an hour. For me, I didn't even think that was possible, but it was, because this is the 51st show, but 50th show celebration. And I honestly, I don't even know if I would have stayed here. Well, that's not true, because you're going to give up. Oh, you're not giving up. Oh, okay, okay. If Manic, if just tell us what's happening when you click on that link in the description. If you've got Zoom downloaded, it should automatically, and installed. It should automatically pull you right into this meeting. It'll ask you for a name, and that doesn't matter if you're on Mac or PC or even your phone. It should ask you to enter in a name, and you can put anything you want to. Of course, um, for the rest of you, what I ask you to do is put in the name that you want me to display on the screen. If you remember correctly, and this is going to be two of me, and it was going to be Mitten Dad, I place it here on the lower right of the screen. So type in the name that you want displayed on the screen, and I'll use that. That way, everyone will be able to refer you to as that. I've had a couple people put in their real names, and I'm like, nah, I don't know. I don't know if you want that in there or not. Hell, I figure it won't be long before I reveal my last name. I got no fears. I'm well armed. Not a problem taking care of myself. So, well, Manic, we're approaching the top of the hour, my friend. Do you want to just try tomorrow night? I mean, we can do that. And in fact, we can run some tests if you'd like to. I'll try to carve some time out of my day, and we can run some tests. Um, But like I said, I like to keep it up to about an hour because it is a weeknight commitment, and it's a lot of a commitment. There you are. There you are. Now I'm just missing your microphone, so make sure you check in the lower left-hand corner of your Zoom interface. There he is. There he is.
There.
Manic. You froze. I see you and you froze.
There you are. I'm here. Good. As soon as I've got on it.
Do you have headphones?
There he is. There he is. Right. How you going, mate?
I'm doing good. Turn down the YouTube video.
Another mic off. I'm here. Good. As soon as I've got on it. You have headphones.
Oh, it's loud.
I'll put headphones in if I can.
Yeah. Listen to Zoom, but turn down the YouTube video. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow. It's killing me over here. All right, so you're listening to the Zoom feed now? Oh, you hadn't plugged in yet. Hadn't plugged in yet.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, wonderful.
So I have to. Is it all working now?
I believe it is.
I think my computer not crashed, but it wasn't responding.
Oh.
See, I've got a old laptop.
Uh-huh.
And I'm upgrading tomorrow to
Oh,
have
okay.
a big bang computer.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be a big one like a gamer's computer.
Oh, okay.
And I've had heaps of advice what to get for my need. So it'll be all sweet and dandy once I get that sorted. I won't have as many issues. Just straighten my hat a bit, look a little bit more presentable. So I can see myself on screen now beside you.
Oh, you look good, man. You look good.
That's okay. But I don't look like a redneck today.
Well, that's funny you say that because that brought a question to my mind immediately.
Exactly.
Now you're obviously in Australia, right?
I am.
Yeah. What is redneck there the same as it is here?
We have rednecks exactly the same, but they call them bogans.
Bogans.
The
Oh.
referring name, the coin is bogan.
I'll be damned. So what? But you still refer. When you say redneck, you're still referring to as a redneck as we would understand it, right?
Exactly. They dress the same.
Yeah.
Bogans dress and talk the same all over the world. In fact, I'll give you an example. The concept of the show that we're trying to create, a friend of mine, which is Farmer JT, and I are teaming up because there's a lot of work involved. Like Ken Heron, if you're familiar with Ken Heron, the droning show.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be along the similar lines to that, but it's going to be a combination of that because we're both droners. We're both rednecks because I'm a redneck too, but I like living by the river as well. So hence my summer gear. And because it's a comedy channel, it's going to be family-friendly comedy with a difference.
Oh, cool.
So what we're doing is we're poking fun at the redneck, but poking fun of the little bit of redneck that's all inside us. We all have a little redneck inside us. So real rednecks won't be offended. And it all comes down to education.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a few quickly. I can just talk about this and then I can talk about a bit more later on the other show if we're coming to the end.
Sure. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. If you've just got 5 minutes, I've got a little short list. Because I put some notes, just some quick footnotes on how to get your channel to grow.
Oh, okay.
So it all comes down to smoke and mirrors. When you're presenting a channel, doesn't matter if it's Hollywood or if it's a TV channel or a radio station, where it's all smoke and mirrors. In our channel, because we do podcasts, we do skits, we do parodies, we do high tech for the redneck reviews. So that's the interesting concept. It will be reviews for rednecks. So the concept of that is it's reviews that makes technical problems easier to understand for the basic viewer or the basic creator. And the tech guy in this process is Farmer JT. He is a whiz with the computer. He's 12 years of age. I'm 48, he's 12. And how it come about that I go into a lot of different streams. And he was on EU in his first week, and he was talking about getting a drone. And myself being a droner and being involved quite heavily into drones, because that's how I got into YouTube, studied droning before I was even a creator. So I just watched everything, and that's how I've learned how to do YouTube so fast, because I've done my apprenticeship. The trick is to have your apprenticeship. The reason is if you're trying to fumble over trying to do YouTube, you're going to have enough technical hitches, even if you're a pro. As you've seen yourself, how many technical hitches you have, and you're probably far more experienced than I am. And I have a problem because I've had a stroke recently. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
So I'm actually experiencing with my eyes to navigate the computer. So that's the hitch that I have. But we all have our hitches. So the trick is you source other outsourcing, like hence Farmer. We call him Farmer for short, or JT. And how it come about, he wanted a drone, and what was the best drone? I happened to come on his stream, and no other droners were coming into his stream, so I was the perfect person to give him some advice. So if you're familiar with drones, guys, I said to get a really good basic platform, easy to fly, doesn't crash, get a Phantom 3. It's inexpensive, get it refurbished or a second-hand one. So he picked something up so he could afford, and he got into droning. Plus, he does videos on his farm. He does his actual working farm that he does himself with his mother and father and his grandfather. So he's got all these videos. So I've taught him how to do the video editing, but he's actually done the editing, but I've just explained how to do it. How to do shots, no longer than 11 seconds, break it all up. You've got to have your beginning, middle, and end. That's the whole rule of thumb when doing editing and doing movie making. You've got to have a start, middle, and end. So the person can follow it along, so they'll keep connected with you.
Yeah, tell a story.
Connect the person within 2.5 minutes. That's why YouTube is based this parameter that we must watch channels for at least 2.5 minutes. The reason that is because that's the viewing time that they actually register whether you're actually connecting with the people, because they want 2.5 minutes to register so they can make money. And that plus the ad is important. Watch the ad at the start of each video. It gives you 2 cents per ad every time you view. So if you click out and go back in, click out, go back in, watch the ad. If you did that on your own channel, from say even another channel, you're going to get 2 cents every ad once you're monetized. You've got to be monetized. That's beside everything else. There's so many other facets in YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll just quickly go for a list so I don't have to ramble on, because I will.
No, by all means, go through a list. We want to hear it, for sure.
Right. The first thing to do to grow your channel is first you have to have your apprenticeship. And that is watch every different content of every way that people do their own presentation. So you can learn how they do it, and you've got to educate yourself by how they want to be respected by.
To be clear, you're calling that the apprenticeship.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
You've got to respect the host. You enter the host and you say, "Hi, Roger," if his name's Roger. And then you say, "Hi, guys." So you present yourself to the host, you present yourself to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
The audience is the subscribers within the chat.
Right.
Because the host's way is the highway.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't obey the host, because they're all different, at the end of the day, it's a two-way street, right? You've got to
Absolutely.
respect the host, and the host has got to respect you.
Absolutely.
They've got to identify that you're there, because they'll keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and the whole big picture is longevity. Longevity is what will make your channel grow. And that's a whole level of facets there. So I won't go into detail. You'll have to watch my video.
Sure. That we will, I'm sure.
Resilience is the goal. It's the key, sorry. Resilience is the biggest thing.
Uh-huh.
Is some people just get too lazy even to click subscribe.
Yeah.
Too lazy to hit like. They're too lazy to leave a comment. They're too lazy to go down for 2.5 minutes of your video.
Mm-hmm.
Do all those things to connect. If you don't, with this purge system, and it's not even the purge now, it's this other thing called the acronym is APES. Right? There's a whole things going on there, which was on Mitt and Dad's live stream. So you'll have to get connected with Mitt and Dad. Right?
Yep.
He had a live stream that was discussing the new acronym that's related to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's inside people that have parties with these YouTubers, because they're people like you and me
Mm-hmm.
that are up in the board and work in headquarters of YouTube. And some people leak stuff out while they're having a few drinks. So all this information is exposed to us small YouTubers sometimes. So persistence. You've got to be persistent. You've got to put in hard work. If you don't, I worked 4 days straight with probably 4 hours sleep.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days ago when I was starting to get my milestone of 300 subscribers in 3 days.
Uh-huh.
That was my milestone. What I did was I got an old channel, which was I Love My Blow Up Drone. That was just a hangout channel.
Okay.
So what I did was, instead of starting from fresh, I had a couple of subscribers, I will admit that, already on that channel.
Uh-huh.
So I had a few teething problems of changing that over with the name, logo. We're currently putting up a banner, which will be a really smart banner.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get all the bells and whistles. It's going to be Aussies versus Australian rednecks, and that's the concept at the moment. And it is going to grow big, because I've had a lot of people wanting to, like the Canadians, to say, "What about us? We're rednecks too." And then we got the New Zealanders, and we said they're rednecks as well. And so now we've got the English, and I said, I didn't know we had UK people that are rednecks. It says, yeah, we're a little bit of redneck inside us, because all we were going to do is get the rest of the world to support them. That's sort of just a bit of a touch on what the channel's about.
Sure.
Because it's not actually looking at true rednecks. It's rednecks that will dress up and they want to become part of a redneck. So they can have a family that are not rednecks. I'll give you an example. I've actually contacted Mitt and Dad personally and said, get your family, dress up as a redneck, put in your photo, have a bit of fun. You can even do a video, and you can even pimp up your car like a redneck. I've asked Janet Pickenry to pimp her car up as a redneck vehicle and dress up as rednecks, because all the big channels, when I say big channels, I'm talking about not subscriber channels. I'm talking the ones that will communicate, because that's what we want.
Yeah.
It's not, we want channels that will get your message out there. So I was actually doing it the hard way. I was going down my subscriber list on my main channel, the Manic Magic channel, while I was on the Redneck channel. And I was going down all my subscriber lists and going to every person. And going on there, leaving a comment, saying while I was doing that, I was connecting with them. Then I was saying my new channel is this channel, and it's family friend comedy with a difference. So that was my plug.
Sure.
To go further, they've got to go on the About page, which will sell it.
Yeah.
Right? And those who are experienced, and these are all my experienced subscribers, because I've educated them along the way.
Now, were you leaving comments on their videos or on their channel itself?
Yes.
channel?
So no, on the channel of their
Right,
video.
right, okay.
So they're actually getting connection,
Yeah.
like YouTube wants.
Yep.
And you're allowed to do that because you're not going sub for sub.
Mm-hmm.
You're advertising it.
Right, right.
You're allowed to do that under the rules. You're allowed to, on a third party, allowed to promote your channel.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to go sub for sub. And then I'll get that to that very quickly.
Sure.
Study your opposition. Look at the channels that are going up against you.
Mm-hmm.
I typed in, first of all, you go up there, Redneck channel. I've spelled it in capitals. The reason is no one else has got it in capitals.
Mm-hmm.
And these other Redneck channels have got like 2 or 3 subscribers. Their highest one is 21. Dead channels.
Yeah.
As my algorithm goes up and my connection goes up, YouTube will put me in a ranking higher. And this is why it's hard to get me at the moment and hard to get my link. Because it's all going through the teething issues.
Sure.
Solving that. And that's all part of growing. And we have these things. So quickly, we're going to do that. They're sharing and growing. Sharing is growing. The more you share, the more they're going to share back. And the more that this big family can grow. See, everyone else has got communities like the droning community, the fishing community, the hunting community. With this Redneck channel, what we're trying to do is the smart way, is to grow a community that covers all of them. Because it will involve a huge community. This could go viral. And I can predict this. Because everyone's got a little piece. You've got to get that niche. And once you get that niche on YouTube, that's when it will go viral. Because our opposition, there is one channel that's overseas. I won't mention where, because I want to protect that. It's already got 14 million subscribers.
Wow.
And on their last video they posted, already got 5.5 billion views.
Wow.
And that's from an overseas redneck channel. Different global, speak a different language.
Yeah.
But the rednecks all over the world are exactly the same. And we clicked on that channel, Farmer and I, when we're doing our research, and they look identical to us.
I'll be damned.
Right. So that's just a little piece of what to do. Always stream 24 hours or post a video within 24 hours or more. Never before 24 hours.
Wait. Start that over?
All right, start it over. You've got to post a video or a stream minimum of 24 hours. Sorry, how would I put it?
Are you talking about setting up an event for a live stream 24 hours ahead of time?
No. What I'm trying to explain is don't post a stream or a video any more than 24 hours. So don't do any more than one video per 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Because what happens if you do 3 live streams and some do, will kill the next video.
Yeah.
What you want to try to do is 2 things. Is get opportunity for those who've missed your stream. Once you've educated your audience, which is your subscribers, once you've educated them, they know if they've missed you, they may poke their head in and watch a bit of the live stream or the videos. Because they got busy lives too. They got work, they got home commitments.
Yeah.
They got all sorts of commitments, as we all do. So you always give them an opportunity of 24 hours to get back to you, at least.
Yeah, which is precisely why I decided to choose a specific time, every weekday.
Which I will do eventually, but all my videos are sporadic. The reason is all I wanted to do is get content.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the last 5 weeks is the only time I've had content. The first 4 months of my time on YouTube, I've been on YouTube for a while, but all I was watching talent shows and videos on droning. But actually setting up my channel is only 6 months old. I only posted videos a month ago. And I already had 1,000 subscribers in 4 months.
Wow. That's remarkable. That's a lot of work you put into that.
I'm currently now at nearly 1,400 subscribers in 6 months. My second channel has grown on the back of the first channel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still enough hard work, but I've learned all my lessons.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Now, so I've got that clear. I didn't quite explain it, but you understand it now, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Right. Now, and you've got to, as you go along, you've got to learn different techniques of editing. You've got to get you smarten up your game. You've got to get better as you go along. So you've got to then choose better editing software or whatever. You may have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So many people have just used their phone, and you can tell. Your phone is good if you do it fairly well, but it's very grainy, and you've got to get good appearance. At the moment, I'll get better streaming as my bandwidth will improve.
Yeah.
As I get a better computer, and then it can, because that's another technical issue. It's getting upload and download of the internet speed entering into your system.
Mm-hmm.
Once the processor can cope with that, it all involves speed. It's a whole realm of issues, a whole realm of things that I'm very familiar with now.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I had a chat for 2 hours with a computer tech guy, and I was actually echoing what he was telling me.
Okay.
So it was very good that I've actually learned and I could echo what he was actually telling me. So it means that we're on the right page. Very important. It'll hopefully sort out those issues.
Yeah.
So then, but always start with the basics. So all my videos are raw. They're just straight onto the internet, straight onto YouTube editing system.
Uh-huh.
The problem I had with some of them is the volume you can't turn down in relation to your narrating.
Right.
So it's very bad. But once you get a better editing software, you'll be able to sort that out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go into further with our Redneck Tech Talk, which is high tech for the redneck, which is our
high tech for the redneck. I love that.
What we're going to do, because we're going to do a live stream special per month on our channel,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to do tech reviews, parodies, and little skits, and a whole heap of realms of things that we're not going to tell about. They're all secrets. That we'll put out videos
Mm-hmm.
to reminder videos, and do a couple of little scenes and shots as grabs, not as clickbait. I don't do clickbait.
That's good. That's good.
There is nothing wrong with grabs. You must have a grab.
Oh, you've got to have a grab. Yep.
Good thumbnails is very, very important.
Good thumbnails, good titles. Absolutely.
They said that when I was studying it, that your eyes is the soul of your thumbnails. But one of my biggest hits I had was similar to the one you had, was with your hands over your face. On that one.
Uh-huh.
So because what they did say or state in the recommendations was the mystery of it.
Yeah.
The mystery of what's behind the face.
Yep.
And because I've been heavily into marketing, and I have had my apprenticeship with actual movie making, which we'll go to in my videos later,
Uh-huh.
where my experience is in movie making, and I mean experience with the best movie makers in South Australia where I live. So I've actually had contact with Russell Crowe, and even had drinks with him when I was the bar manager there. So, and he was actually sleeping in the caravan in the car park of our club. So he was there for a week while they were doing the movie Heaven is Burning.
Uh-huh.
Because he's a famous Australian actor, and there was a lot of movies in South Australia they use because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap accommodation, cheap locations, everything cheap. And that's why they do some really good movies in South Australia. So I've had my apprenticeship by watching and learning. So I will be able to make some really good movies, and I've been a bit of an actor in my time. Now, go to streams regularly. Must go to streams regularly. Check out who they are. Green Bay Wacky, Cab 7, Poosa Studios, Canadian Drone Hub, Passion Hunting and Fishing, Jag Fishing, Grant McIntosh. These are streams that you must go to. On my first my biggest goal I got on one night on passion fishing and hunting. I got about 93 subscribers in the space of a couple of hours.
Oh, holy cow! Those are good
And
numbers.
I got 85 on another count. I got 50 odd. I got all sorts of different counts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he will educate you how you keep your subscribers. And once you get educated, and so it's not sub for sub, it's educating you.
Right.
So people will continue sharing content. And I've done videos on that.
Well, do me a favor, Manic. If you can, email me the list of those live streams because I think my viewers might want to join those as well. And you can find the email address right there at the bottom of the screen. Do you see it right there? Videocallin@gmail.com. And I'll list them in the description box after we're done. And I think people really get a lot of value out of that. I know I will because I already go to a lot of those.
Yep. Number 10 is the last one.
Uh-huh.
Nearly finished now. Number 10 is to get to know the stream. So you get educated on what they expect so you don't get kicked out.
Yeah.
So you don't have a bad experience.
Yep.
Like when you mentioned the S words.
Mm-hmm.
Don't use I got you or whatever. You can use things like, this is how I was imaginative. So see, that's because I was a salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the fishing stream, because I'm a fun hunter and fisherman myself.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
I live,
yep, same
right?
here.
I would say I have a very huge pond and I know how to fish. And people got the message. And one lady said, how big is your pond, Manic Magic? And I said, as big as my heart.
Well
and
put.
If they know my videos and seen my videos, I know how big my heart is.
That is well put. Hey, just a second. Snowy, what did you use as keywords to find his redneck site? I'd like to pull it up if we could. Just type that out in the chat if you would, hon. I appreciate it. Go ahead, Manic.
Yeah, because I've got a few issues with the link there.
Uh-huh.
I had issues on passion hunting and fishing today trying to find the link because I've just used an old another account that I had.
Oh, okay.
And which wasn't being used because I was only going to use it for Hangouts,
uh-huh.
and I had just a bunch of videos on there. And so it wasn't like I started fresh. That wasn't what I was explaining. It was the numbers I was getting was over 3 or 4 days.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Right. There's a couple more that I've just got, but they're not the point. Is that's right. Educate your subscribers, which is your audience,
mm-hmm.
and you can actually educate the host too.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you an example. When I first started, the Canadian Drone Hub, they were only committing subscribers or following people from the drone community. And I said, I'm sorry, Roger. His name's Roger, the host.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know him. I said, but you need to broaden your horizons if you want to really to get your channel to grow.
Yeah.
The other reason is, how do you know that subscriber you're going to reach out to is going to like your content? You won't know that unless you reach out to them first.
Right.
Reach out to them first. Watch 2.5 minutes, because that 2.5 minutes will tell you, I did this video on how to burn pies. And what it was is a pie with the good content, but it was burnt on the edges. Sometimes when you've got really bad editing, as you're growing, you've got to cut away the crusts, the burnt edges.
Yeah.
Once you burn those burnt edges away, the content of the pie is good and it's delicious. It's really good ingredients.
You just described my guest cuts.
Exactly.
The burnt crust of me rambling on stays on the kitchen floor.
Exactly. And I've cut nothing. And don't delete any of your videos. Show it what it's worth.
Yep.
Never delete your videos because if you delete your videos or you hide your subscriber list, you have to keep yourself as an open book. Be transparent.
Yep.
Because people will not trust you. They think that you've got something to hide.
Absolutely.
so many
Absolutely.
subscribers are out there, and I won't mention any names of buying subscribers, and they're being caught by the purge.
Mm-hmm.
Would not show their subscriber list.
Yeah. Yeah.
That comes to the other little tricks of the trade. Why I go to people that actually have their subscriber list transparent,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a little trick of the trade I'll show in another video. We won't touch on it there, but it's actually will grow your numbers tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, just a little trick, and it's only just a grab, not clickbait, guys. And while you're doing all this, you've got to sort out your teething problems, which I've already discussed a fair bit about.
Uh-huh.
But while you're doing this is what's called building your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Building your brand is very important. You're actually keeping them in suspense.
Yeah.
They're wanting more. The reason why the videos that I do and the streams that I do is to form a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
so they can form the brand, so they get to know you.
Right.
And when they get to know you, they get to trust you. And then they'll pull other people into your stream because they can trust you.
Yep. Yep.
Nothing like dishonest host.
How true. How very, very true.
And I'll do a video on how to get the subscribers in detail.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
Right. And
Cool.
just to like I've touched on, don't use words like sub to sub,
Right.
follow you, all those sort of things. You've got to, what the trick is, briefly, is don't even do that.
Ooh.
If they and some will accept emojis, some Nightbots won't accept emojis.
Right.
And like I learnt on your channel, it didn't like capital. And what the joke was, the people that were in the chat would have got the joke, but you as the host probably missed something in that. The joke was, the reason why I use caps is because I have a small PP. So you get the joke now?
Oh yeah, overcompensation, man. It's okay. It's okay.
So I'm a very humorous chap. I've been a comedian. I've done lots of, as those who learn on the video that I had with the interview with Bow's Life,
Mm-hmm.
check that video out. You'll know that I've had a very complicated life.
Uh-huh.
And only part one. It's that good. She's going to do part 2 next month. Just
Cool.
see where I'm at and extend the conversation.
Awesome.
And at the start of the video, we had technical issues, like you do.
Uh-huh.
So we had a bit of time. And the last bit is create a good banner.
Mm-hmm.
Upgrade your tube buddy. It's very, very important.
Yep.
And I've got other little tricks that I'll put in my videos too. And that's extension to TubeBuddy.
Well, I certainly look forward to watching those. I certainly look forward to it.
Other little hints and links. Get on top of your links, like your media, multimedia, of like your Facebook and your Twitter and your Instagram. Have them linked, because I was in a chat one day because I was trying to pursue other artists, especially other artists that have big followings.
Uh-huh.
And there is artists out there with big followings. Because this channel is actually an art channel.
Oh, yeah?
Manic Magic. And I want to have a platform that's going to be at least over 100K subscribers within a couple of years. That. Because all the art part I haven't done yet. It's going to happen. Because now I've set my studio up. Within the next 2 weeks, my studio will be complete. I'll have 2 cameras. I'll have one on myself. And they're all at 1080p, because you have to have good quality.
Oh, yeah.
And good content. If you've got good content and good appearance, because of the camera resolution, and I've got OBS nearly sussed out. As you can see, I've got a green screen behind me.
I do.
Going to be set up for OBS. We're going to do it like a movie thing. So our redneck channel will have a bunch of rednecks behind us. They will be cheering and carrying on, and maybe throw a hand grenade or two, and have a drum fire. They might be doing a bit of chanting and carrying on. It might be their religion, but it won't be the reason. We don't want any sexual content.
Nope.
We don't want any alcohol content. Nope. Any alcohol will be done within a mason jar So if there's any children viewers out there, they won't know what you're drinking.
Yeah.
And we don't have a problem because we're inviting people like Cap7, Green Pay Wacky, Andrew from Pizza Studios, and they've got like 60K subscribers. So they're going to pull in a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a lot of fun. And I know these people personally. And so, and Mitt and Dad is how I base my video structure, what I want to do on a lot of my videos, on my tech reviews will be based similar to his, but in a redneck fashion. So it's going to have a bit of cheekiness to it, like his is. Check out Mitt and Dad. I call him Mitt and Dadsy. Right?
Mitt and Dadsy.
Yeah, because it's redneck, right? And he loves that. I contact him every day, at least on every video he does, and sometimes he comments on every video.
Yeah.
And I actually say, for example, the review he did on the Osmo Pocket. I actually recommended that on his live stream to purchase one of them.
Oh, cool.
The first around.
Yeah, well, you just brought up two very good points. One is, and I don't think you mentioned this before, is you got to keep up on those comments too, right? If somebody asks you a question in the comments, make sure you're attentive to those, because
I'll give him advice.
Yeah, that builds trust as well.
It builds trust, and one-on-one, conversing with one another.
Exactly.
And now Mitt and Dad and I have got a good relationship.
Yeah, well, even in my short time on in this show, I've met some really good people and developed relationships. I'm very pleased with that. I don't work at it as hard as you do because, well, I got to put food on the table. But
I'm Manic, that's why.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
The last one, if I put this up to.
Let me. Let me bring it full screen. Hey, give me just a second here.
Where's the video?
There we go.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we can. It says keep people wanting more, and I can't read the bottom of it.
Oh, that's just your link.
Oh, okay.
That I had to put in
Yeah. Well, that's a weird one.
So I could get up on the Hangouts here, or whatever it is. Keeping people wanting for more. That's why when all of a sudden you have a break can be actually rewarding. Because all of a sudden, we haven't seen you, and then they want to come back for more.
Yeah.
We haven't seen you for a while. Because most of my comments is, I love your show. Thank God I found you. I get quite emotional about this because it's rewarding to hear that. We want more. Thank God I found you. Those sort of comments. We love your videos. And I'm thinking, why are they loving my videos? They're so smash happy in the fact that bad editing, bad sound, all the rest of it. They've got so many technical, but they're still wanting to hear what I've got to say.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep your audience interested. If you don't keep your audience interested, and then you'll get other subscribers jealous because you've got a high subscriber count. Fortunately, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes if you look into their stream, you'll understand why you have a very low subscriber count.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's nothing against you. Maybe you just need some help. If you come to Manic Magic, I will endeavour to try to get to you. I've already got 3 staff on the go. I've got my nephew's coming to film me wherever I go because he's coming to live with me. And so we will be able to get some accidental content wherever we go. We'll be doing some redneck videos. We've got Farmer JT, which will be doing all his stuff. So he's working with me as the creator. I'll put my hands down because it's very important to have a good appearance on here. And this is what I have to. You've got to educate yourself as well.
Oh,
when I first come on here, I thought I was too ugly for radio, right? And so I was worried about my appearance. But in fact, it's actually fallen into place. I've got a few teeth missing. Well, it's going to help my channel, isn't it? Because
you never know.
I'm going to dress up as my redneck appearance now, and I'll be made. So it's actually happened. All these events has happened because I'll go into it in some of our videos.
Okay.
But it seems like my motto is some of your biggest tragedies often become your biggest successes. I failed. I've actually climbed back on that horse and I've got back on, and that's why I said, oh, today I was never going to give up. I got on here. I've said what I wanted to say. I've had to talk fast to get my point across. At least I had some footnotes.
You had footnotes, and that's a big unusual thing. Most people are not going to show up with footnotes.
I'm going to shut up now because I want to keep the audience hanging.
Well,
But
Manic, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on. Those are some really, really good points, and I know that I'll be watching this one back to. Go ahead. What?
there's more and more and more.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's never ending. I mean, it really depends on your drive, right? And what your goals are when you open up a YouTube channel and open yourself up to the public. And apparently you've been killing it, dude. So I'm not only going to watch your videos, but I want to get those links in the description so people can use some of that information as well. Um, yeah, do me a favor before you leave, because I couldn't find the Redneck channel yet. It must be too new.
The,
Type it
the
in the
reason
chat.
is, yeah, I'll explain that. The reason why it's too new,
Uh-huh.
you can get it if you scroll down.
Oh, okay.
Right? You've got to go all the way down. When I
Well,
first started my Manic Magic channel,
uh-huh.
it was very low in the algorithm. And my sister, say for example, when I first started, because that's another point, always get your family, your biggest subscribers are your family first. Get all
Yeah.
your family members, get all your locals, go to your poker people,
Yep.
your Facebook, everyone, and say, I'm starting a new channel. And it could be months in advance. And then
Mm-hmm.
they start, where's your channel? And then they start hounding you. When
Yeah.
is your channel going to open? And
That,
then they actually want to see you.
yeah,
They
yeah.
know, and the people that love you and know what you're about and know what to expect, or they will be still surprised too.
That's good advice too.
And the reason is, and then once my algorithm rose, I noticed there was other people trying to take my name.
Mm-hmm.
They only had like 2 subscribers, and they couldn't compete with me, so they just cancelled their channel. So now, when you type in Manic Magic, it comes straight up, and it's recommended on YouTube.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, what are you using? What are you using as a search term? I've got redneck. What else should I use?
Um, the redneck.
Just the redneck?
No, put it in capitals, but you just got to scroll down until you get the cheeky little boy that's got the stogie in his hand. He's got a camera around his neck, and he's got a stogie in his hand. I didn't want the one that's got a stogie or a cigar in his mouth,
Uh-huh.
because they're promoting cigarettes or tobacco smoking of minors.
Right,
But with
right.
the stogie, I felt that he was only holding it, and you can't quite tell whether it's a stogie or not. But it's the cheekiness of it's just a bit of a joke.
Mm-hmm.
If YouTube give me a warning and ask me to take it down whenever of the policies change, I will, because they'll only give you a warning. So once they give you a warning, you've got to obey it. Keep up. The other thing is keep up with the policies, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
do, and I go to all the other communities and let them know about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you keep switched on and get onto it before it happens without scaremongering, very
Right.
important, don't scare them.
Nope.
This new thing that's going on about was another thing I could have touched on, but I won't, which is about freebies and giving prizes away.
Mm-hmm.
The giveaway policies, just let it ride. Don't get too frightened. If YouTube, because they say they're going to close your channels down if you disrespect the policies,
Uh-huh.
but YouTube will just give you a warning. When you get a warning, then you'll know that you've done something wrong.
Yeah.
It's like when someone audits you on tax.
Mm-hmm.
An auditor on tax is a best friend. They'll actually save you money.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll point out where you're going wrong and where you're going right. That's how you got to look at YouTube as being a tax auditor.
Yeah. Yep. How true. How true.
And they will help you out.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, they do want to help you out because they want to get their money.
Yeah.
They want the full of coin, the fistful of cash.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, again, thanks so much for coming on, man. This is great information.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, we can continue this conversation on another show if you'd like, because it's fascinating stuff, and I definitely want to get a link to both your channels. I will have Manic Magic. I'll look for the the bloke with the cigar, and get that linked up as well. But make sure
he's a young lad with a white singlet,
a white singlet. Uh-huh.
And he's got a camera around his neck.
Okay.
It's YouTube, and a stogie in his hand.
Okay, I'll look for it, and I'll link it up in the description after we're done.
As the algorithm grows, it will go up.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Yeah. All right, my friend. Thank you so much. It's been great information. I enjoyed the talk. What's that?
If I come on again, it'll have to be at least 4 weeks or more, because else I'll get sick of me if you haven't face to face. It's very important for you and me.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, we'll have you back on, and we'll cover all these subjects. I can't wait to go through your videos and look for your other one, man.
We can even break down the subjects in a little couple of points.
Oh, sure, absolutely, absolutely.
And it's not so much information for people to actually take in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
a long list of stuff, wasn't in a short time.
It's like drinking from a fire hose, for sure.
Yes. All right. How do we get off of this?
Oh, we just say goodbye. You have a good day, my friend. And like I said, we'll talk to you soon. And if you're subscribed and ring that bell, well, you'll get notifications, and we'll set up a time to go back on. Sound good?
I've got you on both channels and subscribed, and
awesome.
Now I've sorted out this. So we've already done the research and we got through it.
Wonderful.
And now next time will be easy.
Yep, get in more detail. All right, have a good day, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You bet. We'll talk to you soon.
I love your show.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. That was Manic Magic's secrets to YouTube secrets. And man, he's got a ton of them. The guy is working very hard at this. I am ashamed to admit that I'm not working as hard, but I think you all know where I was going, why that is the case. Just so many things going on. Hey, Soy Swift, late but not but not out of it. I want to thank all of you for joining us in the chat today. It was fantastic. And of course, that was a great conversation. Like I said, I can't wait. Go check out Manic Magic. Check out his videos. He's got many more tips. I have yet to check them out. I definitely will. And I'm gonna call it a night tonight. It's a late one for me, but we'll be back tomorrow night for sure. I'll leave you with this, folks. Like I always do, make sure that you treat others the way you want to be treated. If everybody did that, the world would be a better place. Thanks to everyone for being a part of the show tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Until then, we'll see you live.